they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place
Hey
your
there,
bets.
NBA fans. How we doing? Welcome to the NBA Playoffs preview episode of Graybo's Giblets. We are out here literally dropping giblets for the people, for you. You are the people. I am your host, Denny One Time, joined by my co-pilot, the mascot, the godfather, Graybo.
Mascot. I like that. What's going on, everyone? Let's get into some NBA.
Fitzy, baby, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Thanks
Oh,
for
yeah.
having me.
Fitz is here, too.
Thanks so much for having
Yeah,
me.
he's producing. You might not hear much from him, but he drops knowledge. He just doesn't say much. So, all right. So NBA
Great
playoffs
one-liners.
officially. The play-in games kicked off last night. Got two more tonight. The real games start in a couple of days. We're going to break down everything you need to know about the NBA playoffs. How to think about it, how to bet it, what sports cards to buy or sell. We're going to close with our segment called We Riding, which is our best bet of the playoffs. So, Gray, let's just give the folks who maybe don't watch NBA every day like you and I do. Let's give them an overall outlook on the playoffs.
Well, first of all, I want to say, growing up, I wasn't a huge NBA fan. When I got into the card business, this is my favorite sport. It's my favorite to collect, cards, NBA. I'm so excited now watching NBA. The playoffs are awesome. I used to, why are we watching NBA playoffs? But the playoffs are so great.
Every day checking box scores. If you're
Yeah,
in the card
every
business,
day,
it's
every
exciting.
day, betting on props. It's awesome. We got some great teams. So the overall outlook for me, looking at the East, I think the top three are just unbelievable. I think no one past, the Bucks, Celtics, 76ers has a real chance at all. In the West, we got the Wild Wild West. I mean, the 3-seed Kings are 80-1 to win the championship.
That's incredible.
That is unreal. Well, obviously, they meet the Warriors first round. And then you look at the Warriors and Lakers. The Warriors are the 6-seed. Lakers just won the play-in game in overtime against the Wolves, are the 7-seed. And they got great odds. Not to bet, but for them to win the championship, they have really good odds because, you got your LeBron, you got your Curry, they got their all-stars. It's insane. And then the Nuggets get no love. They're the 1 seed. The Grizzlies are the 2, and no one's really talking about them. It's all Warriors, Lakers, and Suns. The Suns are 7-0 with Durant, so they look strong. Are they ever going to lose? So it really is the Wild Wild West. I don't know what's going to happen in the West. In the East, I think it's more predictable. You have the Bucks, Celtics, 76ers. So that's kind of what I'm looking at when I'm breaking this down tonight. Is I have no idea what I'm going to do in the West. I think the East is a little more easier to predict.
Yeah, I don't think I disagree with anything you just said. I think the East, it just feels like you know what's going to happen. You're going to have the Bucks and Celtics facing off in a battle, a 7-game series. There's some possibility the 76ers getting past the Celtics in the 2-3 matchup. Let's say somebody for the Celtics gets hurt. Maybe any of their top 3 or 4 guys get hurt. Maybe the 76ers sneak past them.
It's a tough out, man. He's a tough out.
Man, Embiid has been a presence down low. He's changing the game. He's changing you just don't take it to the hole and have an easy look with Embiid is a monster.
Yeah, real quick, is he MVP?
Yeah, I think so.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. I think he did, especially when he dropped 50 on the Celtics at the end of the season. I think that solidified it. But I mean, the Bucks are really good. You know that, right? They've done this before. They're healthy. Last year, they didn't have Middleton in the playoffs. Otherwise, maybe it's a different story. But the Celtics are so deep. They're so solid. They got 9 or 10 guys that can hurt you. They're really fun to watch. Well coached. Just a great organization, in my opinion. And yeah, with you in the Wild West, it is amazing the odds on the 3 seed. That just blows my mind. But no one has confidence in the top 3 picks, the top 3 seeds. Excuse me. Denver, Memphis, and Sacramento. But no one. It would surprise nobody if the Suns advanced,
as the 4,
if Golden State advanced, or LA, right? So if I don't think LA's going to do it, but if I tell you in 2 months LeBron got to the finals, you wouldn't call me a liar. So, all right, so let's get into the futures. The futures bets. These are bets we're actually going to make here at the beginning of the playoffs. Gray, what are you looking at?
Yeah, I got 2. I just want to bet on some winners. I'm not going to go crazy with these bets because I I do think like it's going to be a top team from the East. So I'm just going to make some picks based on, good odds, and they have a chance. So I do like the Suns plus 480. With Durant, like I said, if he was healthy when he first got there, they're 7-0 with him. He's been great. They have Chris Paul. They got Devin Booker. Always look for a trio of guys, and then they also have a good bench as well. So can they play defense though? Can they do enough to defend to beat these other teams? I just don't know, but they do have the offensive power to beat anyone. And can Durant stay healthy? There's always a question as well. And then I'm a big 76ers fan. I'm just Embiid's on my dynasty team. He's been on my team we've been doing it for 3 years now. I root for him every night. Seeing his box score, he carries my team. So I got to give him a bet to get the juju going. I got him at FanDuel at 10-1 is the best that I saw it, which is pretty good. I think they see the Celtics. And I think I think it's going to be 4-3, somewhere in there, and hopefully they can pull it out. And I'm going to lay a bet on them. What do you got, Duke?
Yeah, that's not the craziest thing. The Sixers with Embiid and Harden's playing pretty well, and then Tyrese Maxey is really fun to watch. If you haven't seen him play, like the average NBA fan probably knows who he is, but like the guy walking down the street doesn't know who Tyrese Maxey is, and they should, because he's really an exciting player to watch. The way I see this thing shaking down, it's going to be Boston or Milwaukee over the Suns in the finals is kind of what I'm thinking. Because Boston and Milwaukee are the chalk, you really can't make much money by betting on them outright just to win it. So a future I'm going to take specifically Boston over the Suns in the finals, which pays 16-1. Kind of a longer shot. Obviously, a lot of things could go wrong for me here on this bet. I do think the Boston's slightly undervalued. They basically were in first place all year long. The last month of the season, they were almost never full strength. So they were basically a couple games ahead of Milwaukee all year. They finished maybe 2 games behind Milwaukee. That's all in the last month. And that's honestly really because they weren't full speed. They weren't healthy. Milwaukee's healthy, but so is Boston. And so I think there's more value on Boston than Milwaukee. And I do think it's going to be a slugfest, but I think they can beat Milwaukee in a 7-game series. So I'm taking Boston over the Suns. I do think that Durant, Booker, and team, they're healthy. If Durant can stay healthy, they're going to be a force in the West, and I do see them getting there. But my other future bet, I'm going to take the East to win over the West in the finals. Whoever it ends up being there, and that's minus 150.
I'm all over that too.
You like that?
I'm going to lock that one in too.
So
I think the
Fitz
East
may disagree with that. Fitz, what's your future bet?
Fitz got a bet in.
He snuck one in.
I've had one. I bet the Suns about 2 months ago during the Durant.
What'd you get him at?
I'm underwater.
Oh, you bet him in the rumors.
Yeah, I'm underwater on it though. It was like a done deal by the time I got to it. So
Gotcha.
I should probably bet the 480 and improve my cost.
You should have bet it again.
Really?
When Durant got hurt, you should have bet it again.
I should have. Yeah, so I'll probably just ride that one.
When he sprained his ankle, just walking, tripped over the free throw line and sprained his ankle. All right, so you got the Suns to win it all.
Yep.
I like it. Yeah, I do like the Suns to come out of the West, but no one will be surprised, like Duke said, if the Warriors win it this year. Who it's gonna be fun to watch. All right, we're gonna get in actually to our next segment, which is players to buy. So we're getting into the cards here. We are a card shop, so we should talk about cards sometimes. So let's talk about some players to buy during this playoff. So we're gonna get Denny one time, aka Duke. What do you got for where you spend your money?
So I'll preface all of this by saying I think for almost everyone, it's almost too late to buy them now. Anybody you want to buy now, you should have bought them 3 months ago, or even better, bought them in September in the dead of the off season when prices are down. But if you're a degenerate like me and you want some action and you want to buy someone now that you can hopefully flip at some point during the playoffs, or maybe when they're cutting the nets down at the end of the championship, we'll give you a few names. So let's start in Sacramento. Darren, Sacramento, it's the first time they made the playoffs in like 15 years. The most marketable guy. Yeah, most marketable guy on that team.
Brown, right? The coach
for Sacramento.
Yeah.
What about him?
He's got to be coach of the year.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Yeah. I mean, they got some good young talent, but nobody they were picked to finish like last in their division, and they're
Unbelievable.
the 3 seed in the West. It's incredible.
Sabonis and Fox, dynamic duo.
So I will say this: Sabonis's car prices have shot through the roof the last month, so it's definitely too late on him. I would not encourage you to buy Sabonis right now. I still think it's a little too late to buy Fox, but to me, he's a biggest star, the most marketable player on that team. If they win a playoff series or two, I think there'll be some movement there. Me personally, I bought Fox, as you know, 2 months ago, which then I think was almost too late, to be honest with you. But I hope to make some money on those Fox cards I bought 2 months ago. For your 76ers, I don't see Embiid's prices jumping that much unless they literally win it all. They win a playoff. Embiid's no surprise. People have known Embiid is what he is. Now maybe they'll go up a little bit if they beat the Celtics, for example. But I think Maxey is still where the value's at, just because the average public doesn't know who he is. And if they watch the playoffs, they're gonna find out. They're gonna fuck around and find out. He's so exciting. He can shoot the 3, but he also, man, when he takes it to the hole, he's explosive as anybody.
We got beautiful Maxis at Graybos.
We do. We have Maxey to 10.
Get even better the next guy.
Mr. Booker. Yeah. So for talking about the Suns, right? Again, Durant has won a championship or 2. Booker has not. I think Durant is obviously going to be a big part of what the Suns do, but I think Booker is a bona fide star. His prices dropped a lot last year when him and Chris Paul pooped the bed in the playoffs. And so I think if you're trying to make money on the Suns, I think Booker's a better play than Durant right now. Leading into next with the Grizzlies, I think there's money to be made with Ja. I think because of the negative press that he received in the last 2 months, his prices didn't plummet, but they didn't go up either. I think people forget how good the Grizzlies were last year before he got hurt. They're a deep team. Their Spain is legit. I like my guy Kevin Roddy coming off the bench. You know that. Jaren Jackson is legit.
It's David Roddy.
Yeah. What did I say?
Kenny. What did you say?
Oh, Kevin. I said Kevin Roddy.
Kevin Roddy.
That's a guy I play tennis with.
It's David.
Sorry. There's a guy named Kevin Roddy that plays tennis. Yeah, I really like this guy. I know his first name. So yeah, I do. So here's what I'll say though. I do. Am I going to buy a lot of Ja right now? No. But if I'm trying to buy someone and roll the dice on the playoffs, if the Grizzlies win 2 series, 1, 2, I think people get excited about Ja Morant. Next guy, because I think the Celtics are actually going to win it. That's the only reason I would buy Tatum right now. But if he gets over that hurdle and wins the championship, his prices will go up, no doubt, because it's his first one, right? And then the 3 guys I'm not buying right now are Curry, Durant, and Giannis. Curry and Durant, I just don't think. What's Curry going to prove by winning another one as far as car prices go? Not a whole lot, maybe some. Durant would move a little more than Curry. Giannis would be like very similar to Mahomes this year, winning a second, right? Like he's already kind of thought of as maybe the best player in the league. A second championship is different than just having one. So I think he'll move a little, but he has to literally win it all for his prices to move. Like if he loses in the finals, I don't think he goes anywhere. He puts up a couple of 50-point games, maybe. So any thoughts on those, Gray? Or you got any questions?
Yeah, I mean, that's just really great insight. I like with Curry and Giannis and Embiid and Tatum, I'm holding on to all of them. I just think, in the future, like their prices are going to go up, and you can just wait on them, depending on what they do for the playoffs. But one of the big questions I think for me is I want to buy SGA and Giddey, and the thing is they weren't supposed to make the playoffs. Chet got hurt. They were trying to rebuild. Then you have the rookie Jalen Williams come out of nowhere as well. And SGA and Giddey just carry this team into the playoffs. Young superstars. SGA's prices this year have been on fire.
Yeah.
He's been an all-star. He's been great. And Giddey as well. What are you doing with those 2 guys? They're the 10 seed. They're in the play-in game. They got to win 2 play-in games just to meet the number 1 seed in the West, the Nuggets. What do you do with 2 guys like those? Like, I want to buy them, but I want to ask you the question.
Yeah, so love both of those guys. Love them as investments. I'm not buying them right now. If I thought they had a legit chance to win a playoff series, and if they beat the Nuggets, for example, oh, wow, with those 2 guys, those guys would be on the Today Show, I think. So I do like those stars. I think it's almost best for them if they didn't make the playoffs, so they get a better draft pick. Because if they're going to have Chet coming back next year,
Right.
and then they got one more
I
stud.
agree.
But hey, like I've heard SGA is a competitor, and he fought to compete this year, right? And so that's why they are where they are. So I don't think they're a good buy today. And again, if you think they're going to beat the Nuggets, then good for you. Buy them. I think that for both of those guys, I think I'd wait till they exit the playoffs, gets a little quiet before the draft, and then buy them, or maybe even like September. In the dead of the offseason, buy them. But if they get a good draft pick, for example, one that complements those two guys and Chet, then I think that hype alone will boost their prices, and it'd be too late to buy them. So I think you let them lose. Wait them up.
We hope to lose
before them, right before the draft hype gets going. Then go ahead and pick them up. But I don't think you'll regret owning those two guys.
I love it. Yeah, we're not going to talk about. I just have all the respect for the Thunder and no respect for the Mavericks right now. The Mavericks should be fine for what they're doing.
I agree.
And good for the Thunder competing. I hope they for the card's sake, I hope they don't win. But
right. Yeah,
my heart, I hope they do well. But then for what you said, I want two guys. I think John Morant, with everything that happened, is everyone's kind of down on him, like what's going through his mind. But they are the 2 seed. They need him to do well. He is a superstar. I want to buy some more of him. And then I just love Fox. I think what he did to carry the Kings to a 3 seed. I'm still gonna buy some Fox. So I will buy Ja, I will buy Fox. And then you talk me off SJ and get it. But I love that insight. That's why we do this.
Yeah. And just one closing thought on that topic is that if you're a straight gambler and you wanted some action in the playoffs, then by all means, buy over who you want, root for him, and maybe you make some money. If this is a straight investment, you're looking at just hard-earned dollars and where to put them. You got to be careful buying people at already elevated prices. And I would say Fox is in that category. If you look at his price over the last 6 months, Ja might not be in that category. So I would argue Ja is a slightly better buy. And even if they don't win 2 series this year, they're going to be in the mix for years to come because they're loaded. So that's my thoughts there.
Yeah, Grizzlies, I'll talk. Let's see what you do.
Yeah.
See what you do, right, Fitzy?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just think they're a deep squad, so I like them.
All right, so on the flip side of that, then who are we selling right now? So we're going to our last segment here. Oh, not our last segment.
Next to last. Penultimate.
Next to last. Segment 3. Players to sell, Duke. Who you got here?
So I think that you're going to hear some of the same names for the same reason, right? Like if you're buying them now, then you're getting ready to sell them. I don't have any names that I just think like the guys you want to sell right now are the guys that you think are going to underperform based on the public, right? But what the public thinks, and the reverse is true if you're looking about who to buy, right? When the players' prices spike in the playoffs, it's because they did more than the public thought they were going to do. Like take Luka last year, for example. Luka's prices skyrocketed because they won one more playoff series, and Luka had a couple 40-point games, right? So who am I selling? I think I'm getting ready to sell Fox, and if I don't have any Sabonis, if I did, as soon as if they win one series, I'm selling them.
Oh my gosh.
If they win one series, I'm selling them.
They win one game.
Yeah. I would be for like the Suns for Booker and Durant. I think I'm holding them until they advance to the finals. When they win that conference finals, I am got them queued up on eBay, ready to dump them. The same is true with Ja. I think if somehow the Grizzlies find their way to the finals, I'm going to sell them right before the finals. But if they don't, I'm just holding Ja. I'm not dumping him. I'm holding Ja till next year because I love the dude. I think you may want to consider your Cleveland Cavaliers.
This is where my selling comes in.
Yeah. So like the Cavs are interesting because they're a really good young team. That they're 4 seed, but there's a big difference between the 3 and the top. As we said, the top 3 of the top 3, and 4 through 8 is kind of like everybody else. So they might win a series, but no more than that. So like I think I might, if they have some moments in the playoffs, I think I might be selling Darius Garland and Mitchell. And then finally, Maxey. I think, again, I do expect Maxey to make an impact on these playoffs, and I do expect them to lose to the Celtics. So when they win their first series, and if Maxey does something, I think I'm getting him ready to sell in the middle of the Celtics series. How about you?
Awesome. Yeah. So based on what you said, there's two guys that I had on my sell list before you started talking. That was Durant. I mean, I think they're going to go to the finals. Like, I bet on them to go to the finals. And when they reach the finals, I think you just sell Durant. And then the next one, I talked about selling this guy when he started getting on this hot streak of scoring 40 points every single night. I was like, there's no way this can keep going. And he proved me wrong. And that's Donovan Mitchell. And you have him too with the Cavs. And I should also say Garland, because I do have a few Garlands that I bought.
We should probably mention Mobley as well. Right?
Yeah, Mobley could be Defensive Player of the Year this year.
Right.
And I do have some Mobleys. And I actually bought some Garlands at the National with you this year. And so I should mention him. So, like, all my Cavs, I want them to beat the Knicks. And then I want to hopefully can dump them. For a profit.
Yeah. And while you're on that topic, I would, I guess if that is true, whoever wins that series, I would sell those guys. The Knicks too, right?
Yeah.
If you have any, I don't have any Julius Randle, but if
I am really hoping for the Cavs to beat them because I don't have any Knicks.
I'm interested to see quickly in the playoffs and if he does anything with the Knicks as well, because he's an emerging young guy that I don't have
Who'd
much.
You say, sorry,
quickly,
yeah,
for the Knicks,
6 man of the
yeah.
year. Brunson,
yeah,
been unbelievable.
Brunson's the man.
Randall needed someone to come in and Brunson is filled that.
Look at
role.
what the Mavs have done without Brunson and what the Knicks did with Brunson. Like, think about that.
Right,
Like,
yeah,
that's
I
the
will.
difference. That's the difference. Like,
well,
yeah.
the Mavs have Kyrie, so
Yeah.
Have fun with that.
have fun with that.
All right. So, end of the day, guys, I think if you own any NBA players in the playoffs, I think you need to be ready to sell any of them at any time. When they have that moment, they capture the world's attention. The white hot light is on them. When the hype cycle is on them, that's when their values are going to pop, and it might be a whole nother year before it happens again. So just get your cards ready, get them ready to put on eBay, or maybe even bring them to Graybo's. We're crazy. We might buy them from you. All right, Gray.
Denny one time likes to buy it.
Denny one time with the checkbook. We buying. All right, we're not buying right now because we riding. So Graybo, this is your best bet of the playoff.
Yeah,
you got one place to put your money.
Yeah, I'm going with my heart here. And all I said is smash Embiid over in points every game.
Yeah,
no matter what it is.
What's his
Just
first
do
game?
it.
What's game one
Oh,
over
man.
under going to be?
I don't even know.
I mean, if you had to guess right now,
I had to guess probably 33.
Yeah.
Somewhere in there, 33 and a half.
Yeah, and I think
he hits it.
I think I would still take over. Yeah,
Yes.
I think I would. Like, they can't set the over high enough to get you off it. Probably, I would think.
No, love the guy.
Yeah,
smash it.
All right, my we riding best bet. I'm gonna, because I feel so strongly about these teams winning their first series, which is Milwaukee, Boston, Philly, and the Suns. You can't get any value just betting them to win individually. I'm gonna parlay that joint.
Party parlay fits you
parlay
in.
I'm in.
Party parlay.
those 4 teams to win their first series, and the odds aren't finalized on this yet, just because you don't know who Milwaukee's playing yet. Once you know their opponent, then the odds will be. I expect it to be like 10-1, hopefully a tad higher. But I think that's going to happen. So that's what I wouldn't encourage everybody to make silly parlays like that, but that's what I'm doing. So,
did you say your teams?
me?
Yeah.
I said,
Oh, you did?
Milwaukee, Boston, Philly, and the
Zoned
Suns.
out.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you were so mesmerized by my voice.
I think I was just talking to Fitz.
Graybo, DraftKings has Joel Embiid's playoff points per game at 33.5.
Oh, average.
I think that's where I saw it.
Yeah.
It was like, that's what I'm going to guess.
You should roll with that, though.
That's just
A
raw and
As
full
average.
playoff. Yeah.
Oh, I
playoff.
love that.
That's cool.
We should switch it to that.
Let's do it.
On average.
You like average better?
No, like average per game, right?
Right. Yeah,
Okay.
average per game. Yeah. All right, I'll think through that. If I'm gonna do average or just bet at each game, I don't know.
Did he
yet.
one time to do some math?
I'll do some math for you. I'll build you a spreadsheet.
Did you know?
Put the
Fun
fun in.
fact.
Fun fact.
Denny one time, perfect score on the SATs in math.
Did you know that, Fitz?
Did you know that?
Did not know that.
It doesn't,
Incredible.
It doesn't surprise you though, does it?
It does not. Nothing surprises me. You're
That is
a true
fun fact.
true
That means I
savant.
got them all right. I got
a 1550 on my SATs.
No, you didn't.
2400.
When they adjusted the scale.
when they adjusted the scale. I was
That's
like,
fine.
dang.
I would just leave it at that 1550.
I went to Radford.
Hey man, the Highlanders.
Look at you now.
Look at me now.
Producing podcasts.
Exactly where people thought I'd be.
Business owner, degenerate, Brian Fitz. All right, boys and girls, we really appreciate you listening to us today. Appreciate your ride with Graybos. Be sure to tune in next time. Hit that follow. Leave us a review. For details and show notes, you can go to graybos.co/giblets. Please email us at info@graybos.co. You can follow us on Instagram at graybos_cards. And please stop by the shop located at 214 East Gray Street in the Arts District of Richmond. We love to buy cards, trade cards, sell cards, shoot the shit, watch NBA playoffs.
All those cards you mentioned, all those players, they're there.
They are.
At
Them all.
Graybos.
They're there waiting for
And
you.
on the website.
Waiting for you.
Check it
They're
out.
calling your name. All right, folks. Thanks for riding with Graybos. We love you. Take care.
All right.
$100 got him beat the eyes for the 100th time at a money line. Brock Purdy was irrelevant. Now I'm at the front like a cutting line. G5 to the power 5. Graybo's on fire like it's summertime. I know they watching. I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down. Place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window? I know they watching, I'ma make them sweat. Put your money down, place your bets. Degenerate, yeah, I'm a sicko. Who else gon' get you to the window?